So we'll start with the principles. Yeah, hope my screen is visible for you guys and my voice is audible too. Shall we go with UX principles? Anyone? Yeah. Okay, so yes, we are going to see about UX principles. Okay, so we have certain set of principles in UX. As such, we had seen in UI. Okay, so basically, this UI and UX principle will have some of the common things actually. So apart from common things, we also have a certain extra principles here. So let us see one by one. So the principle is user-centric design. So our first is going to be user cent excuse me. Yeah, so our first principle is going to be user centered design. Okay, so yes, speaking about this user centered, so keep in mind, so now what we are going to do is we are not going to do any UI related things. We are completely concentrating only on UX related things. So before that, do you guys remember what UX is? So I wanted to confirm. So do you guys remember what UX is? Because it's been so long, right? We have seen about UX. Could anyone tell me? Do you remember? Yeah, user experience. So what UX will do is that it decides the smoothness, it decides the experience of the corresponding application, right? Yeah, hope yeah everyone remember it. So now keep this concept in mind. So for now, please keep UI aside and completely come to UX. Okay. For now, just keep this one user centered, UX into your mind. Okay, so speaking about UX, the main concept is we need to understand the goal, we need to understand the requirement of the corresponding user. So that is the principle user centered design speak about. Okay, so for example, let me tell you Instagram. Okay, so everyone are using Instagram, right? So in that Instagram or day to day, what and all feeds we are seeing, that feed would be prioritized. That contents would be morely prioritized, and the Instagram would be suggesting that kind of contents to us. Have you guys noticed? So what they are doing, they are following this principle, that is user centered design. What is the goal? What is the main need of the corresponding user? So that is the main thing where they can impress and bring the customer or bring the user back to their application to use. So that is the top main user centered design principle is meant to be. Okay, I think you all got my point. That is nothing but we have to prioritize what user need. What is the goal of the user? Am I not audible? For everyone, the same issue? Anybody, could you please acknowledge? Am I not clear? Yeah, I'm audible. Okay. Yes. Thank you. So coming, I hope you all got the point of user-centered design. So this is the concept, this is the principle that we have to keep in mind. So in the UI principle time, some student have asked about user-centered design, and I told you that it would be coming under UX principle. I don't remember who asked it, but that is the concept that we use in UX. Okay. So hope everyone got this principle. Now moving to the second principle. So speaking about this second principle, that is usability and simplicity. So which is nothing but, as I told you in UI, so I know all these concepts. So I have knowledge in this concept. So I perform this concept very well. Keeping that tendency in our mind, we should not show all our works into a single screen. We should make the screen in a simplistic way and also make sure that it is passing the usability. Okay, that is the second main principle that we need to concentrate. So for this instance, let us consider Google. Okay, so everyone have used Google search engine, right? So in order to search, okay, so search bar, what is there, like in a page we'll be having a search and we'll be having a search symbol that's very neatly present, no extra features, anything added to messed up, right? So it is more simplistic way in the manner which we need, very clearly which we need, it would be So that kind of works are said to be usability and simplicity. Like I wanted to tell you that if you are designing, our main goal is to cover the user. So end user are the main goal for us. So they need to like, so that what we have to do is we have to satisfy their requirements only in the simplified way. Okay. Again, my voice is breaking. Yeah, I'll check. Am I okay? Am I audible now? Yeah. So yes, so that kind of thinking we have to keep it in our mind. So only that we can able to satisfy the requirements. Okay, so that is the second principle. Now speaking about the third principle, consistency. So this consistency comes in both UI principle and also UX principle. So UI principle, we have seen this consistency already. Hope you guys remember. So there what we have seen that we have to use everything consistently, like colors, fonts, buttons, spacings, etc. So speaking about this consistency in UX, let us consider the WhatsApp application. Okay, so there we have any chat bubbles, colors, icons, and everything. Like even though if we are moving from one, I mean navigating from one screen to screen, we'll follow the consistency, right? We'll have the consistent way that in the first screen navigation would be not different from the second screen, so that from the top to bottom everything would be in a consistency way. So that is what they are telling in the principle 3, that in UX also this consistency plays a very vital role. Okay, so speaking about visual hierarchy, so yes, again this hierarchy came on our UI principle. In that hierarchy is also been there UX principle. So it has been repeatedly coming in UI principle and also in UX principle. We have to make sure that all these very importantly noted, very importantly things for us. Okay, speaking visual hierarchy. So what we see, we have to be in hierarchical of size, in the means of size and color, contrasty, everything, right? Yeah, I'll check it. Yeah, so we are speaking about visual hierarchy, right? So yes, so in that hierarchy, we'll be managing the hierarchical arrangement in the mean of size, color, contrasty, everything. So speaking about visual hierarchy in UX, so we all have used YouTube. Right. So in the YouTube, the main goal of YouTube is to let the user play and watch the corresponding video so that they'll be getting the view. That is the main concept, right? So what they have done, like to get the many plays, they have highlighted the play button. So that is the most important thing. So if you need to report your video, I mean that corresponding content, we will go to the three dots, click, and we'll report. So reporting is some of the how to say, that is a kind of negative sign, right? So what we have to do, so that is since that is a kind of negativity for our content, they'll be hiding it under something, like they'll not make it to be viewable in the hierarchical manner that highlights it, right? So that kind of a visual hierarchy we have to segregate, like which is important for our application, I mean both for our side and also for the user end side. So we have to make sure to visually plan the hierarchical order, and then we have to design accordingly in the UX also. So that is the concept. Okay, so speaking about feedback, hope my voice is audible now. Okay, so speaking about the next principle of UX, that is feedback. Okay, so feedback is nothing but we have used many applications. Let us consider Instagram. So if I'm clicking the Instagram, instantly, if I'm clicking on to any liking or any commenting, like I'm posting a comment in some uh, a reel. Okay, so just consider that way. So if I'm doing so, what will happen is, like if I'm clicking the comment section and I'm posting the comment, it will show a pop-up like comment sent, like that. Okay, so that kind of feedback. So whatever I'm triggering or giving a like sign or anything, if I'm doing, I need to show that feedback immediately. So at that time, at that places, we have to make sure that we are using it. Okay. Can anyone tell that still my voice is not clearly audible? Am I audible? Hello? Yeah. Okay. So yes, okay, okay. Yeah, I'll check it. Okay. Okay, so this is what feedback principle is. Okay, so now coming to the next principle, accessibility. So this principle is very much important. Okay, so if we are using any kind of navigation animation, that is not a big problem. We can use, but we should make sure that it is being easily accessible in the mean of navigation or any kind of thing. We have to make sure that our design is being easily accessible. Okay, for example, let us take a scroll. Okay, so if I have to scroll to look on the images, the scroll, yeah, I'll explain. Let me complete it first. Okay, so after this I'll be giving you an overview. So speaking about back to accessibility, so we should make sure that our scroll is being smoothly handled. So if it is having any kind of difficulty to handle them, so it is not a good kind of practice actually. So we have to practice the accessibility, which comes under this principle. And speaking about the seventh principle, that is affordance and signifiers. So in this principle, we have to make clear in the interactive elements actually. Okay, so if we are clicking, we have to make sure the interactive elements are clearly indicating. So for this, we'll be mostly concentrating on button shapes, shadows, icons, hover effects, every kind of clickable parts we'll be concentrating it more. Okay. So for this instance, let us consider any e-commerce website. Okay. If I'm clicking e-commerce website and clicking on to add to cart, there will be some kind of clicking effect. Like if I'm clicking any button also, we should show the clicking effect. So that is how we can differ the clicking part from the UI part. So that is how we can show that this is a kind of interactive thing. So we have to show the interactive elements clearly, that if you're clicking this, it will interact. We have to make sure to say it to the end user, but each time we can't put a tagline like below the button, this is a button, please click, like that and all. We cannot able to add the tag. So usually your design should speak like this is interactive element. By clicking it, it will be moving next, like that. We should have the tendency of telling the end users. So that comes under affordance and signifiers. Even though all the hierarchy and all the consistency are very much important, so in my point of view, I feel this principle 7, the seventh principle, is very much important for us to get the end users actually. Because many in YouTube, I mean in Play Store, you can able to see the reviews, like many uninstall the application and put a bad review. The one of the main reason is that they'll not be able to use it properly, like they'll not get the interactive element properly. So this, if you're missing this principle, it will create a gap, great negative impact actually. So make sure that you're most confident in working with the UX. You're practicing this principle. Okay, so coming to the next principle, that is iteration and testing. So we know what is meant by iteration and testing already. We have seen in the usability testing, right? So whatever UX we are doing, in order to improve our UX in every step, what we have to do is we have to iterate the process. That is the testing. We have to test it again and again, so that if first at some time the first time would be performing very good, when we are continuously doing the second time or third time, we may get some lag at that time. So that is the main reason for us to our ours is a better working thing. Okay, so better working in UX part. So this is all the principles that we to follow when UX. Okay, so someone need to repeat it first, just giving an overview. So yes, we are seeing about principles. So we have 8 principles. The first principle is user-centered design. Okay, so in this, what we'll do is we'll mainly we'll focus on to the user needs and user goals. Voice problem, you know, today. Am I audible now? Yeah, I'll explain the last principle. Actually, I'm coming from the first, right? I'm giving overview, so I'll come one by one, okay? So user-centered design will focus on to the user needs and goals and a most important requirement of the user, okay? So that comes on user-centered design. And principle two is usability and simplicity. That is, we should make sure that our our UX interface are in a simpler manner. We don't need to use any high standard manners. It should be easily usable, easily usable to the end user. So that is the principle we are focusing with on the principle two. Now, speaking about consistency, we have seen already the consistency in UI principle also. So here what we are going to do is from the screen one to the end of the application, we have to follow every UX animation or whatever it may be. We want to do it in a consistent manner. So each time we should not show the differences. We should make sure that everything is in a consistent manner. So then coming to the next principle, visual hierarchy. So in this principle, we'll be following the hierarchy. That is, if we want to highlight something more, we have to make sure that that is the more highlighting part comparing to the negative impact part. So we have to hierarchically arrange all the things accordingly in our UX. So that is nothing but we are speaking about this visual hierarchy. Then coming to feedback. So in some cases, we have the tendency of designing like if we are clicking onto something or if we are doing that, the process should be like if I'm posting a comment had been sent like that, we have to get some feedback, right? So that is so then we can understand that yes, our work has been done. So just consider we are using Google Pay. So everyone have been used Google Pay at least once in our time, right? So if you are using Google Pay, you're paying the amount, but you're not getting any any feedback like amount paid or amount sent. What will you think? Like you'll be like, have my amount been sent or not? We'll have that kind of tendency, thinking tendency, right? So that comes under the feedback. If we have to show some feedback, we have to show in that places, okay? So linking this feedback to the simplicity. So as I told you that we need feedback in these screens. So what we will think like if they are clicking now, if they are clicking home, you have clicked home like that and all, we should not show the feedback. Since I told that you have to show the feedback, you should not show the feedback in that manner, in that places. So where you have to show the feedback is when and all you have the necessity of showing, only in that place you have to show. Okay, that is the kind of linking the simplicity and the feedback. So speaking about accessibility, so it should be easily accessible. It should not have any struggles for the end users to use our application in the site of UX. So at that time, we have to make sure that our follows the principle of accessibility. And speaking about the very important principle, affordance and signifiers. So we should make sure that our UX, we have to tell them this is an interactive element without showing any tagline. We have to show them that, we have to tell them that this is an interactive element. So we have to make sure we are doing the UX in that manner, like giving the emboss effect or anything that comes under this affordance and signifier. So the last principle, iteration and testing. So whenever we are completing a design, only when we test it again and again, we'll be able to find the bugs in the corresponding design. So only then we can fix that, okay, we have this set of issues, so we can correct it. Only then we can able to give the 100% work of our complete design, right? So that is the principle that whenever you're completing something, like whenever you're completing the UX part or UI part, you have to make sure that you're iterating the process and testing. So that is coming under this iteration and testing. Hope everyone are clear with this UX principle. Actually, we have many types of testing, like A/B testing, usability testing, and many testing. So here, what we'll do is we'll be Yeah, comparing as we saw in the wireframe. Do you remember? I have shown you the wireframing time. I have showed you two screens. Like for the first screen in the wireframe, I think it is in low mid fidelity wireframes. So in that wireframe, I have showed you in the gray screen, and one more testing I have shown you in the green screen. So we were comparing like this color is better or this color is better. So that is A B. We are comparing between design A and B. From that, we have chosen green color. Hope you guys remember that. Anyone? I'll be so happy if you guys kept remembering that actually. I don't know how many of you still remember, but yes, I told you that already. Yeah, thank you so much. So yes, do you guys have any doubts in UX principle? Hope you guys are clear with it. So let me tell you how this UX works in the Figma. So shall we move to it? So mostly we have covered all the design section part. So today completely we are moving to prototype part. Okay. So all principle what we have seen yet so far, we are going to apply to this prototyping. So before working with the prototyping screens, I would like to tell you like how it works, what is what. Like that, I wanted to give you certain set of contents actually. So let me tell you. So see, this is what I was speaking about, comparing A and B, which is good. We were choosing that. In the fourth session, we were looking on it. So this is A/B testing. Okay. So yes, now coming to prototyping. So this design you guys already know that this design part completely goes on with UI, whereas this prototyping will completely come with UX part. So when this prototyping, so if I'm clicking in the this workspace and going to prototype, for me nothing like no other prototyping elements would be viewed here. Okay, only the screen, screen name or color of the screen when I am playing would be viewed here. So where if you wanted to activate, you have to go to the screen, click on to it, and then automatically everything would be activated. So this is how we'll be doing. Okay. Yeah. So before coming into the concept of Figma prototyping, can anyone tell me like what prototyping is? Any idea of prototype? The word, the term prototype? No one? Yeah. So, in a prototype is nothing but interaction. That is interaction version of a design. It is said to be interaction version of design. So, if we are going to any interview, they're asking like what prototyping is in UI UX. You have to tell that it is the interaction version of design. So, keep this term into your mind. Yeah. So now coming to the screens, like so the first thing is sent to Figma Make. Could you see that sent to Figma Make? So this is nothing but, so this is a kind of AI. It will generate the code or prototyping flow. So that is said to be sent to Figma Make. So let me take the screen, okay? I'm just taking the screen. I mean, how to choose a screen? We have to just tap onto it. So see, the blue line is being visible. So which means this screen is selected. So what I'm doing is I'm just clicking on send to Figma Make. So let me see what is happening. Okay, it is loading. So before that, let me let it load. I'll tell you like how to work with it. Okay, this since I told you already that this is a kind of AI, we have to give prompt like I need this burger animation. I mean burger image to be animated. Like that, I can give any prompt, and according to the prompt, it will make the progress and it will give me the output. So that is how this Figma Make works. Okay, so see here, I got I got the selected image. So I'm just showing like need burger image in the screen to be animated. Okay, actually it's been loaded. So I'm just giving it. So once if we give the prompt, it will automatically work on that prompt. And once the task is being performed, we'll be getting both code and the animation part here. Let it load. So here we'll be getting both the tab view, mobile view, and also we'll be getting the desktop view completely from this part. So if any, just wait, yeah. So see, could you see the animation? Like it is showing some kind of movement, right? So this is a desktop screen. We can adjust the screen size also accordingly. Could you see the animation part? If I'm not liking this animation, I need even have to say even more next level of animation. I can also work on it. So according to the prompt, what you're giving, you'll get your animation. Yeah, this is UX Figma AI only, but which is being used for UX. You can also get the code and also the design. It creates interactive links, navigation flows, basic animations accordingly to your prompt. Okay. So this is what send to Figma make works. Yeah, I think it doesn't have any limitations for the free plans. Just try it. You will come to know it is free. Yeah, it is free. You don't have any. Okay, so this is how it works. So hope everyone are clear with send to Figma make. So now let me tell you the next part. Okay, so flow starting point. Could you see flow starting point? This is nothing but whenever we are completing the complete design of the UI UX, we should make sure that we click on to the flow start point and start the adding point, which is nothing but, so obviously my application start with a splash screen, right? So if I'm clicking onto it, a flow will be created, which is you can also rename it. Okay, so let me rename it like start. So we have in FigJam, we have seen the flow chart. So start and closing of the application. So we are telling that this is the starting point. So whenever you're keeping, whenever you're in a random screen and you're playing the screen to run, the starting point, that is the point where you added the flow starting point, will be the first screen to show the flow, so that the flow would be started from the splash screen, and according to the mapping it would be working. So this is the thing, this is the work process of flow starting point. Okay, hope you guys are clear with what flow starting point. You can also create flow starting point in, and I mean how many screens you need, you can choose and you can select. You can also rename it. So the good way is that, yeah, you will get everything actually. So speaking about the prototyping flow starting point. So if you are giving your design to the client or to the corporate work or to someone who gave you, so what they'll do is that they have the tendency of they'll be checking the designs one by one, and after that they'll check the UX, like how the UX is performing, right? So at that time what they will do is they don't just go to the find the screen, okay, so this is the first screen, we have to start from this. Like that they'll not have the tendency of thinking, they'll just go to the running and they'll be running. So at this time if we are using this, it would be really the best way. So never forget to use this flow starting point. This is the professional way of delivering your designs. Okay, so you can also rename, okay, rename accordingly. So now coming to the interaction. So in interaction we have both the trigger and action. So this is where the complete UX performs. So we have to apply all our principles here only. So in trigger, we have many triggering options, and also in actions, we have many action buttons. So before working on it, we have to know like what is on click, what is on drag, what is while hovering, what is while pressing, what is key or gamepad. Everything we have to know, right? So only then we can able to work with this by comparing the principle. So in the interaction part, let us see what is trigger and action. What are the elements in trigger and action? So yes, coming to the concept Figma prototype. If you want, please take a screenshot or please note it in a short way so that you can get this point easily. So first we are going to see about all the triggers in Figma. I showed you right in the trigger. Whenever I tapped, I just got a screens like elements like on click, on drag. So each have a different part of action. So on click is nothing but actually what trigger is. Can anyone tell me like what trigger is? Anyone? Any idea of the term what trigger is? Yeah. So it is action. So if you are yeah, of course. So it comes like that, okay? So here in Figma, if we are clicking it, we should show some kind of trigger. If we are dragging it, then we have to show this action. So each time, each trigger, we have certain set of elements. So that is what we are going to see now. So on click is nothing but if you are clicking to it, if you are clicking to it, then you will be showing the this function. So if I'm clicking to the next, so it is moving to next page, right? So this kind of triggers are said to be on click. On drag is nothing but if I'm dragging one image or something from one place to another, we have to perform this trigger. So that is said to be on drag. While hovering, actually hovering we'll be finding in desktop websites, right? Not in mobile application. We'll be finding it in desktop. So hovering is nothing but if I'm moving my cursor to these things. So what is happening? You're getting some effect, right? So that things will be coming under hovering. Okay, so this is what hovering is. So coming to the next thing, while pressing. Okay, while pressing. So yeah, I'll tell you what hovering is. I'll tell you again. Hovering is nothing but we can able to find it in the desktop. We cannot get mobile application. So see here, I'm moving my cursor. So see some kind of effect is coming. So in the navigation part of any website, you'll be taking your mouse cursor near to it, you will get the emboss effect. Like it is high. It would be highlighted comparing to other options when the mouse is upon it. So that trigger is said to be while hovering. So while pressing. So while pressing, actually, could anyone like can anyone see that on click and while pressing is a kind of same content, like right? So clicking also same only, pressing also same only. So we what the difference we have between on click and while pressing is nothing but so this trigger is nothing but actions occur while the element is being pressed, that is from mouse or touch. So on click, obviously we use this in mobile application, whereas this while pressing we'll be doing it with mouse. So if I'm doing with mouse, I mean if I'm telling that I'm doing with desktop screens, we'll be using this while pressing. Actually this is the difference between on click and while pressing. They seem to be the same meaning, but thing is we'll be using the place of usage, right? So in that way these triggers are differed. Okay, so speaking about key or gamepad, so usually we have seen that everyone have played games at least once a while in desktop, like we have GTA Vice City. So that was the most popular game that we have been played. So there what we'll do is like we have the keyboard shortcuts. So if I'm doing a shortcut, I'll be getting the move. For each shortcut we'll be getting the guns or we'll be getting the moves, we'll get a car. So for each shortcut we have a kind of trigger, right? So that kind of cases if we are designing that kind of cases, we have to use this triggers like shortcut. By performing shortcut, some action would action will be played. So that kind of trigger is said to be a gamepad or key. So coming to the next trigger, mouse enter. So whenever this action triggers at the moment the cursor enters the element. So whenever we are like yeah, sure. So basically, what we'll do, since you have seen many of the sessions, first what we'll do is we will learn everything like what is what. Then secondly, we'll work on hands-on, right? So same thing that we are going to do. First, first educate yourself with what triggers is and what actions are. So only after that we'll be able to work one by one. Okay. So same, don't worry. I'll be showing you with that working process also. Now coming back to the mouse enter. So see everything, this mouse enter, mouse leave, mouse down, mouse up, every these four triggers would be dealing with the mouse part actually. So mostly mouse part when we'll be using is we'll be using in the web application. So at that desktop application time we'll be using this mouse enter, mouse leave, mouse down, mouse up. Okay, same this when clicking on to enter we have to perform when the mouse is being leave, that is I'm keeping my mouse here. So if I'm at the time when I'm keeping the mouse, kind of pop-up is being popped, like if I'm leaving the pops goes on. So that kind of mouse leave, mouse down, that kind of enter application only been applied here also in UX. So that kind of work is nothing but mouse enter, mouse leave. So mouse down, whenever I'm scrolling down, yeah, I'll tell you. Just let me complete this, and I'll while coming to the working time, I'll tell you clearly. Okay? So now mouse down. Whenever I'm doing my mouse down, I have to perform this action. We can able to take mouse down. Mouse up now we can able to take mouse up. So after delay, this is very important thing actually used for animation, mostly for splash screen animation, loading. Yeah, okay. Today my voice keeps breaking. So am I audible now? I'll repeat the after delay process again. So mostly we use this after delay so much in the animation part, like in splash screen. If we need to show any animation, we use this after delay only. This is nothing but we'll set a delay in the time duration. Okay. So if I'm setting delay to 10 microsecond or second, we can keep it accordingly. So at this time, what to note it that, so if I'm creating a prototyping between screen 1 and screen 2 and I'm giving after delay, now it will delay at the time duration, like first this screen then that screen, it will keep on delaying and it will be changing the effect. So that kind of manner we can able to show the animation. So that is the part where we can use this after delay. So not only in that process, so in the food booking application or in e-commerce application, we have seen the image scroll, right? It will keep on scrolling after some delay. So that kind of animation also, we will be using this after delay only. Okay, got the point. So these are all the triggers that we have in Figma. So now speaking about action. So we have seen about the triggers completely. Okay. So now we are going to speak on this actions. So trigger is nothing but when this function, when this interaction is done, we have to perform some action. That is the meaning actually. So we have seen what triggers are. Now we are going to see actions. Okay, so actions also I have placed it here. So first thing is navigate to. So this is nothing but moves user to another screen. Okay, so now you are in a login screen. So in login screen you have a button like click login. So if you are clicking the login, it should move to the home screen. So in that purposes we'll be using this navigate to. Okay, then change to, that is nothing but switching a component to another variant. So let us consider the toggle button. So we have toggle button, we can click on off. So it is a kind of change to, kind of switch, right? So that cases we tell it as change to. Mostly we use in this toggle buttons. Okay. So then back. So if we obviously have back arrow in all the applications that we use. If you're clicking tapping the back, it will go to the previous screen, right? So that is this back action. So scroll to too. So if I am clicking like go to the last page now, it will scroll and it will go to the last page. So that kind of action is scroll to. And open link. So if we are clicking right, so how to tell, if you're having a option like help, okay, in the help we'll be having a eye icon, like we'll have icon like small eye. So if I'm clicking that eye, that will tell me like these are all the things that is covered in this help. So that is the open link. If I'm clicking it, it will go to the external URL or something, and it will be opening. So that also we can take. And in the privacy policy of the login page, if you are clicking the privacy policy, that will take us to the browser and it will tell the company's privacy policy. So that kind of things could be done by using this. So set variable, which changes a prototype of variable name. That is nothing but how you yeah, will take this instance. So you're clicking like, so automatically if you're clicking to the like in an Instagram, it will change it to red color, so red in color, which means it is liked, like from like to liked, right? So that is where false and true works, bool works, like true false. So that setting that kind of variable would be set variable. So coming to conditional, we'll have a kind of conditional where we will use it, right? Think if you're doing any kind of educational application, so at that time we'll have the tendency of giving quizzes, right? So in that quizzes, if you are getting a mark above 10, you're pass. So you can show congrats. If you're getting below 10, you have to show that please do reattempt. So that kind of process can be done using conditional. So that will be coming under conditional. Then speaking on this open overlay, overlay is nothing but upon a screen, we'll get another screen. So that is overlay basically. So here, if I'm clicking on to help, I will get a pop in the same screen showing the information of the help, right? So that is open overlay. Now speaking about swap overlay. So we have, I'll tell you some best example for this. Wait. Yeah. Okay. So here in the screen, let us consider I'm having sign up. Okay. If I'm clicking to the sign up, automatically, it in the same screen we can get the sign up details. Also in the different screen, also we can get both. So since this is the example for a swap overlay, I'm just showing the sign up here in the same page. I'm just planning to set the sign up in the same page as a overlay design. So if I'm clicking this sign up, so obviously here a overlay comes getting the sign up details. Okay. So if the overlay is being pop, I mean is being on the top, so automatically the sign up would be changed as login, back to login. So if I'm clicking login, it will come back to login. So that kind of switching kind of overlay in the same screen is said to be swap overlay. That like we have to show in our application. Now we can use this swap overlay. And coming back to the last action of the Figma, close overlay. So if we are, I'm just clicking onto a part and obviously a overlay is coming. I have to close the overlay now. I'll be closing the X mark. So automatically the overlay will be gone off. So that kind of progress is achieved by this close overlay. Once you are free enough with these actions and with the how to say, with the triggers, like what, if you're capable of understanding that, you can do the prototyping part very easily. Okay. So do you guys have any doubt? So shall we move like how to work with interaction? Shall we move to the part? If you guys have no doubt, I'll be moving. Okay. Okay, you can't understand what overlay is. So see here, I have a design. So in that design, I have another set of like class morphism upon, actually leave the concept of class morphism. Let me tell you this as a overlay. So above the screen, I mean above the main screen, you will get another screen in this cases. So that is said to be overlay. Okay. So yes, this is what overlay is. So now coming back to the interaction. So I'm just inserting a screen, desktop screen. So I'm going to tell you how the interaction works now. Okay, shall we move to the working process of interaction? Yes. So before moving to the interaction, I wanted you guys to post the plugin. So plugin of today, any two plugins. Have you guys brought the plugins today? Have you went through the plugin? I need to post it in the chat actually. Not even one? Okay, okay. Actually, this Unsplash and HTML design, in the last class, some of you told me, don't repeat the plugin, something new, bring some new plugin. Any other plugins? Yeah, okay. Yeah, actually, for the clay mockups and blobs, yeah, blobs is one of the like glass morphism we can able to create with this blobs. The trending UI actually. I'll tell you in next class. We'll learn about this blob separately. Okay, so that is nothing but by using 2 to 3 colors, we'll be creating a design. So that comes like blob. I'll make sure to tell about this blob in a separate session. Okay, we have to. Yeah, in what? Yeah, okay. Yeah, fine. So yes, make sure that everyone are taking these plugin, noting this plugin and working with this plugin. Okay, not just posting and stopping here. We have to practice it. Many have told like I have practiced, I have done, but I have seen only two between 3 to 4 works only. And today also a few of you were not here, like not responding. Why? What happened? Please take in practice, work. Then only you can able to get your principles adapted into your design. So regularly work, okay? And also please note all these plugin. I need everyone to note every plugin and work. So at any time, I may ask you a question among this plugin. I'll tell you to work. I'll tell you to share the screen and I'll tell you to work at any time. So make sure that everyone are practicing all these plugin properly. Okay. Okay. So let us take a break of 5 to 10 minutes and then we'll continue with this interaction. Okay. If I started now, it will go for 20 to 30 minutes. So let us take a break and then we can work with interaction. Meanwhile, if you have any doubt in UX principle, just go through. And if you have doubts, please ask me. Are everyone back? Shall we start the session? Hello. Shall we start the session? Yes. Yes. So please everyone come and let us interact, and then we can able to work with prototyping in an interactive way. Okay. So everyone be here. If I'm asking anything, so please answer. Okay. Today's responses were too low comparing to the later sessions, like past sessions. Okay. Now see here. Can you see the screen? I have four screens like home, projects, help, and profile. Okay. Can you see? Yeah, so I'm going to tell you the navigation part by using the prototype, like how to navigate by using the prototype. So that is what we are going to see today. Okay, I mean, see now. Okay, so yeah, I have four screens like home, projects, help, and profile. So look, watch clearly. So since we have four screens, we have to make sure that we have four options here in the navigation. So if I'm clicking home, I have to go to home. If I'm clicking projects, I need to go to this screen. Help or profile, I have to go to the that screen accordingly. So that is the process that I wanted to do now. Okay, so for that, what I have to do is I have to create home. So I'm just since I wanted to tell you, show you the prototyping like it is moving to the next screen. I just pasted some kind of text here according to the screen name. So here I'm just keeping 36 for now, and I'm putting it in black. Okay, see, actually this is for the purpose of teaching how to do prototyping. Okay, so that I did not follow any principle. Just like that, I'm directly using everything. Okay, so please don't mess that. You have to follow every principle. Okay, this is fine. So home, what and all we are having, projects, then help, right? Help and profile. Help and profile. Okay, yeah. So since I have four screens to be navigated, I have put all the text here like home, projects, help, and profile. So what I'm doing is I'm selecting all these four and I'm creating a auto layout. And I'm doing is I'm just giving gaps like 60. 60 is more than enough. So I'm giving 60. I'm changing the alignment, padding up everything accordingly. You can give. Okay. So for now, I'm just giving this four. So here, what I am doing is now I'm just what I'm going to do is if I'm clicking home, I have to move to home. If projects have to move to project. So whatever I'm clicking, I need to move to that page. So this is the concept that we are going to see now. Okay, only this concept. So for that, what I have to do is I'll go to prototyping and I'll click the home. So see here, if I'm clicking the home, I'm getting a plus button. Can anyone see? I mean, can everyone see? I'm getting a plus button. Okay. So here we have two options like I can directly take this plus, I mean I drag and I can show it to home. So I'll be getting the interaction panel. So here if I'm clicking, okay, so if I'm clicking, I should move to home. So what I have to choose? On click, on drag, while hovering, which option I should choose in the trigger? Work process is by clicking home, I need to move to home. So that is the process. So which one I'll be choosing? Yeah. Yes, very good. So we'll be clicking on click, right? Okay, so now the action. So in the action bar, which I have to select, sorry, sorry. Yeah. In the action bar, which option is, yeah, correct. So navigate to. I have to navigate it to home screen, right? home. So it is correctly chosen. So here we have animation. So animation part we can come later. First, let us complete the trigger, action and destination. Okay. Yeah. So yes, then click on that's it. That's it. So now what we have done is we have created trigger action to destination pages home. So that if I'm clicking home, it will move to home page. So this is one of the way. And another way is that by clicking this, I can go to the interaction and then I'll be getting on click and then I'll be navigate to. So which page? If I'm clicking this projects, I have to move to project page, right? I'll be searching the projects. I'll be tapping the project. So automatically it will be. So these are the two ways. So likewise, I'm doing the same for help. So on click navigate to help, everything is perfect. So same I'm doing to profile also. Yeah, actually, okay, I'll add the interaction on click and navigate to profile page, right? So profile page. Okay. So look here, once you have completed all the mappings, you can able to check the mappings by just clicking. So it will by clicking this, it will show you the, like, okay, home is mapped here, project is mapped here, help is mapped here, and profile is mapped here. So let us check it. Is it working or not? So how to check is click on to the home, like yeah, before okay, we have done all the prototyping. So now I have to click on to the home, I have to play and I have to check the whether it is navigating or not. So what I have to do, I want all the home project and help screen here. Only then I can do. So for that, what I have to do is go to the assets section. Like here we have assets, right? So here we have created in this file. So we have many UI kits. So that is different. So this is the asset that we have created in this file. So we have to click on to that. So here we have to find it. So we don't have any kind of assert. So what we have to do is we have to create the assert now. So how to create the assert is just click on to the frame. So here you can see the create component in the design part. If you go to the design point, come back to the design point, here you click the frame and you will get this frame. So here what you have to do is click on to the create component. Okay, now see, you got the frames here. So just after completing this process, go to the assert section, check whether you're having that frame. You can also name the frame. So I'm naming it like navigation section. So that navigation section name would be changed and you'll be getting the name as navigation section. So just click on to it. You will get an insert sorry, instance. So if you're choosing that, you will get the navigation part here. Have you seen? Can you see it? Hope everyone is able to view the home project help here. So let me tell you, like let me show you the screen alone. I'll run, I'll show you. Okay. So this is not been viewing. So can anyone tell me the reason why this home project's health profile is not being viewed in the home screen? Anyone? I told you this kind of scenarios may appear. So you have to do this. Like that I told you once. I told you a tip. Yeah, you're correct. So it is not in the page. So we have to make sure that we have to see the home. So under home, yeah, this is not been in the home page. So what we have to do is click on to home, then move this accordingly. So that now we can go to the home and check if we are having this or not. So we are having it. So now we'll able to view it. You got right? Yeah, we can add variant. Now that is not the concept. The concept is just have to bring the home projects help profile to the screen. So if I'm clicking projects, I have to move to the project screen. Can you see? It have moved. So if I'm clicking any part, it is moving to the section. So now what I have to do is we have to add this component in every page so that we can able to get it right. So now for that what I'm doing is again I'm going to asserts, I'm clicking on to this and I'm giving the insert. So I'm getting it. So same I'm going to do it. Yeah, same process for all the pages. You can also copy and use. Since this is our first time, I'm just showing you like one by one. Inserting, again I'm taking. Yeah, it is in page, this is in page, and this is also in page. Now see, home, projects, help, profile. Can you see the interaction happening? Okay, I can work in shortcut key, but since this is these many of you here are this is the first class actually first session, I can't directly work with shortcut. So you will get the missing part, right? So since this is the beginning of the concept, let me tell you one by one, and then later we can go to shortcut. So that is why I'm not using shortcut. But sure, in the later classes we will practice with shortcut. Don't worry. Okay, okay, guys, you got the concept now. So here, this is the concept of prototyping, basically to navigate the section. So here we can add few more. If I'm clicking home, I need the home to be highlighted. Like if it is in home now, I should show the home in blue color or some other theme color. If projects now, I should show the projects in the color of a selected color so that we can able to tell this is the selected part. So this comes under a principle, right? So it would be easily accessible. Then only user will get understanding that okay, now we are in this page. Okay, now we are in this page like that. Correct now? So let us do that. Okay. So yeah, how to do that? So before that, I'm clearing everything from here. So going back to the part. So we have created home, we have created projects, we have created help and profile. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just clicking onto this navigation section, and here can you see where add variant. So I'm going to tap onto it. So we have four screens, right? So we have to create four variants. So first one is default. So second one is this is for projects, right? So I'll create another variant. This is for help. So I'm creating it as help. And now for profile, I'm creating it as profile. So I have four. So first one is home. So I have to highlight home. I'm highlighting it in this color. My voice is echoing, right? Hello? Hello? Is am I audible? Yeah, hope now it is clear. Actually, one of your mic has been on, so that is why this happened. It is clear now. So yes, let me. Yeah. Now let me come back to the concept. So here. Mhm. So I'm just changing the color of the project, and in the third, I'm For help, I'm changing. And at last for profile, I'm changing. Hope, yeah, yeah. Clear? That is nothing but in the first part, this is for home. If home is selected, this would be appearing. In the second part, if project is selected, this would be appearing. Same goes to help and profile. So that is why I have changed the color for home, projects, help and profile in each of the section. Okay. So yes. So let me check whether the interaction is being done. No, interaction is not being done. So let us do the interaction part. Whenever I'm clicking onto the home, we have to show the selection of home, right? And same goes to project. Whenever I'm clicking on to project, I need to show the movement to the projects page. Same we have to do for help. So whenever we are clicking help, so what I'm doing is I'm just selecting, instead of doing one by one, I'm selecting everything in a time. Then I'm mapping it, help. So we can perform the task quickly, right? So now coming to profile, I'm selecting the profile. And what I'm doing is I'm just navigating to profile. Okay. So let me check. Yeah, everything is clear. So now what I'm going to do is again, I'm going to do the navigation. I'm going to this navigation section and then clicking to the insert. So I'm getting this. So I'm pasting it everywhere. Okay, so yes, now what I have done is I have copied and pasted the same navigation section throughout all the screen. Now next process is, so this is home. That is not a problem. So here we need projects to be highlighted. So what I'm doing is I'm clicking to this, and here if you see in the property, I can change to project. So automatically it will come to projects. Now same goes for help. So this is help page. So I'm changing to help. So this is profile page. So I'm changing to profile. So see here, home, projects, help and profile is been properly done. So now what I'm doing is I'm just rerunning it. No. Yes. 47 and 103. So for now, I'm not using any auto layout since this is just a normal thing. I'm not using it. Okay. If you are designing, please make sure you have to do this with auto layouts. So now see if I'm clicking. Yeah. So if I'm clicking project, the project have been moved, right? I'll again then show you. So listen properly. I'll ask one question here. So now you are going to answer me. So now it is in home screen. Okay, so it is in home screen. So this is highlighted. So I'm clicking to project. So project is been highlighted, correct? Can you see? But again, if I'm touching anything like home, help, it is not moving. Why? Can anyone tell me why? If I'm clicking to a profile, it is moving. If I'm clicking to help, it is moving. Home also, it is moving. But in projects alone, if I'm clicking the project, projects coming, but from project page, no help and no home has been working here. Can anyone tell me why? In the projects alone, why we are facing such issue? Can anyone tell me? Have anyone have any idea? Yeah, okay. Prototype is not connected. Correct. So how can I check whether the prototype is being connected? So where will I go and check? I told you the hint while explaining. So now tell me, where would I go and check? Not linked in the project. Yes, correct. You're correct. But how can I check it in prototyping? Okay, I've gone to prototyping. So in this section, right? So in this section only we are getting this issue. So check it here. So in this section, only projects and profile is being mapped. The home and help is left as such. So what I'm doing is I'm just checking from the screen here and moving to the. Okay, now let me check. Yeah, home is done, projects are done, help is done, profile is done. So now it will work. Okay. Understood the concept, like how to do the navigation, how to do this coloring part, how to check whether our prototyping is being properly mapped or not. You got the concept? Okay, any doubt in this? So now tell me, we have designed two screens previously, okay, three screens previously. So if I need to map, okay, splash screen from splash screen, I have to show the movement to login page. So if I'm clicking this login button, I need to show this home page. Yeah, you asked me already, I remember. I'll tell you now. So that for that only I'm coming now. For this question only, I'm going to answer you now. So just tell me the answer for this question. Like I'm in splash screen, so I have to. So splash screen will not have any button basically. So it will appear for 1 or 2 seconds, and then it will move to the screen automatically. So here, if I'm triggering any buttons, I'll be able to get the trigger screen actually. Yeah, very good. So my question actually was what we are going to apply for splash screen. That is what I'm going to ask you. So yes, what we'll do is we'll map this to that. So this is not on click. So this is after delay. So what I'll do is I'll click on to after delay. So here we have seconds. So delay of 800 ms. So I'm just okay. I'm keeping it as it is. Okay, so now what will happen is the screen will appear after that time. It will after completing the 800 ms, it will move to the login screen. So once login is there, I can map it to the screen by on click. So if I'm tapping, I mean, if I'm tapping this button, login button, I'll move to this home page. So this is how we need to do the mapping. Okay, so hope everyone are clear with the website thing, like how to do the navigation between the navigation section and also the navigation between pages. Okay, now we have seen uh, yeah, we have seen an for application also, and we have seen for desktop also, right? So yes, so at some cases, just keep in mind we are you just make sure that you are a end user now. Okay, you are a end user now. So I'll ask you a question. Okay, so as a end user, keep in mind that you're working working with a website. I mean, logging to a website in desktop and the same website as an application in your mobile. So this is the two segments that I'm giving to you. Okay, so a kind of all the hovering parts, like hovering, you will find all these into your website. That is where you're using in desktop, but in your mobile application you will mostly find only this on click or on drag. You will not have this while hovering, while pressing. At times you will not have this gamepad also. So now you basically have the tendency of splitting things, like on click is we'll be using it for mobile, we will use the on drag, at times we'll use on drag in mobile. So we have the tendency of splitting. which is for desktop and which is for mobile application, right? So for this question, in app design, which trigger is more used in prototyping? So tell me which trigger we'll use. Obviously on click, on drag. Only we use this both, and after delay. Only these three we'll be using for application, whereas this hovering, pressing, and key or gamepad, mouse, every mouse enter, leave, down, up effect would be coming obviously to the desktop. So this will be your answer actually. Got the point, everyone? So now I'll tell you one more. So now I have shown you like showing the home projects help a profile in the manner of highlighting the color. So this is a separate part. Okay. So instead of showing the color, you can also show by underlining. Okay, by underlining. Like how let me tell you with one instance. So if this is home, if I'm choosing it, just I can show the color like this. So this is UI, a kind of UI that depends upon you. That no, not a problem. You can also show it like this, right? So you choose it accordingly. So I'll tell you like all these are the ways you can choose it accordingly. It's easily to understand for user. Yeah, of course, yes. So it depends upon where you're showing this and for what purpose you're using. Okay, got the point, everyone? Yes. So now I'll tell you, we can work with the, I'll take one more screen. I'll create it. Let us do with after delay. Okay, button. I'll name it as button. So in websites, if we are having any sale, okay, for let us consider in Amazon, we are having a flash sale. Okay, what will they do? They'll highlight. Okay, they'll highlight the buttons in the pages like shop now. They'll be showing some kind of animation effect, like the button will be changing its color, like for example, if the website color is navy blue, it will change to light blue, navy blue, light blue, navy blue, like that. It will be keeping on changing. So that also can be achieved by using this after delay. Okay, so let me tell you how to do it. So for that, we have to create a button. So that is the first thing. So I'm just creating a normal button. So normal button. So I'm just adding color to it. So this color. So to this button, I'm adding a text. Okay. So this is a normal button thing only. Nothing complicated or nothing new. Just a normal button. Shop. So I'm giving shop. Okay. 40 is good. Shop. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just adding an auto layout for this both. So alignment, yeah, everything is perfect. So what I'm doing again, I'm just creating a component. I'm adding it to button, name as button. So I'm creating a variant. So for this variant, I'm just changing the color to, let me change it to black. Okay, black. Hope this is good. So now what I'm doing is I'm just showing the prototyping. So prototyping here, what I should do is from this shop to this shop, it should change. It should change how it should change after delay, right? So I'll click on to after delay. So let me give 500. Okay. No, this is not on tap. I'll tell you. I'll run and tell you. This is not on tap actually. On tap in the sense if you're tapping, it should change, but this is not on tap. This is again in a loop manner. Since this is a loop manner, it have to commit in a loop. So I'm just giving a loop effect here. So again 500. Okay. So now this is a loop. So first shop, it will come for 500 ms, and then it will move to shop, and again it will move to shop. It will keep on changing. So let me tell, let me check by working. Okay, we can change this color. Instead of white, I'll give the shade. Okay, yes, so this is done. Now what I have to do is, in this page, I'll insert this instance. So instance has been inserted. So now let me run it. Can you see? So automatically, according to the principle, if you're comparing all our principle, at which time we'll be using this kind of thing is that in order to attract, like in the hierarchy, visual hierarchy, in order to attract the customers, like end users, like, okay, we have to shop now, we have certain set of offer now. So offer is going on. So shop now, we have to highlight them. By doing this, we can able to highlight if any offer, we are putting any offer in our website also, we can able to in the e-commerce websites and all the food delivery booking, every kind of booking kind of website, we can use this, like offer is going on, to tell them offer is going on, to make them to view, we can use this kind of effect. So this is one of the part. And again, coming to this burger application. Okay, so here in this burger application, we have one more scroll, like promotional banner. Have you heard of the word promotional banners? We'll use it both in application and in websites. Have you guys gone through? Yes. What about others? Yeah. So now coming to that, actually I'll complete that and then come to your doubts. Okay. Yeah. So that also can be done by using this delay after delay concept, but make sure that if you are doing after delay, you have to create a loop. I have created here a loop, right? From this to this, then again from this to this. If you're not doing that loop, it will not iterate the process. It will stop in the first step. Okay, so make sure that if you're going for after delay, you have to show the loop. But in others, you will not show that. But only here you will be showing it. Yeah. So in that time, in the promotional banners and adding the promotional banners into application, we can, yeah, how to loop. That is what I have told you. Like from this, I have done here, right? From this to this, and again from this to this, I have mapped twice. See here. First, I have done from this to this black, and again from black to orange. So I have done two things. So it is a loop from this to this and this to this. It will create, that is said to be loop. Okay. Yeah. So for this, I'll take one more screen. I'll take mobile application this time. Mobile screen. I'll create a frame. Team Pro. Okay, somewhere it is created, but where? Yeah, here. Okay, it is being created here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to design part. So maximum promotional banners would be kind of this kind of wide only. So I'm just going 5. Okay. So I'm going to insert some image. You can insert some image, that is up to you. Actually, you have to insert the image here. Since I don't have any image for now, I'm just showing you with colors, okay, for better understanding. So this is enough. So I have to, I want, okay. So what I'll do is I'll create component, and this will be the first image. So here I'll create variants. So I'll create 4 variants. So this I'll name it as 2, this as 3, and this as 4. Okay, so I have 4. So I'm changing the color. So this color would be, say tomato red, and again this would be, and this yellow. Okay, so again what will I do is I'll create a loop from this to this. It have to go after delay. Maximum you have to make sure the delay process that if you are showing the delay process for a kind of what we have done in the button now here, so this is a kind of, you have to show the flickering thing, so for that we have to choose the less delay. But here this is a promotional banner, so let the user see the first banner and then let him or her can move to next banner, so we need to give the time for the delay. So 800 for now, 800 is well and good, we can also give 900. Okay, so I'll give 900. Okay. Yeah, same I have to do for the next screen. So I'll change to after delay and 900. Same this happens. After delay and 900. So here after coming to this part, it have to move to loop. So you have to connect to this. So after delay and 900. So that's it. So is it clear? From this after delay it will move to the screen, same it will move to the screen, this after this it will go to here, so again it will create a loop. So that's it. So now what we have to do is go to assets part and find it, create instance, have to insert it. Now click on to it, and since this is my MacBook, I have to change it to, I've chosen iPhone 16 Pro, right? I'll choose it, click on to it now. You can also check this by mirroring to your application in mobile, Figma application. Actually 900 is, it is also too quick, right? So you can change it, change the delay. See, can you see? So automatically the image will be moving. So this is how it works. Any doubts in this concept that I told you now? So this is how we have to work. So now we have seen the mobile thing, like how to work with after delay, also how to work with the on tap, on drag, same concept for on drag also. So in next class also we'll be seeing this animation only. For 2 to 3 sessions, we'll be learning this. I mean, we'll be going through this animation again and again thoroughly. So yeah, now I'll come to your doubt. Okay, so if this is clear, I'll come to your doubt. In creating app design and make button, and can button make hover or not? If you are working in an application, mobile application, you can't able to put the hover. How can you show the hover? Hover will come only for the desktop, I mean websites, right? So you can't able to put hover to your buttons in the mobile application. Just you can give a click effect. That is different from hovering concept actually. So obviously you can do only hovering to website. How to change the display in the prototype? That is, you're asking if I'm clicking it, the running part, you're asking that display part or what? Am I correct? Or you're asking the question like if I'm how to change the display screen here? Is that the question? Yes. So actually before I was working with desktop, so I have changed it in the desktop mode. So for that, what I have to do is click, go to the prototype. So if you're choosing any screen and going to the prototype, now you will get all the elements here. So without clicking to any screen, just tap onto the workspace and just check out the prototyping. You will able to see the prototyping setting. So this is a desktop. So my desktop, now I have to go to the desktop part. So this is MacBook Air. So I'm clicking MacBook Air. I can also change the color like midnight or whatever. And I can run. If I'm running now, automatically it will be changed. This is how we can. Okay, hope you got the point now. So use to glass effect in button. Actually, my concept, I mean, what I'm coming to tell is if you are using a button, you guys please help me to answer. Okay. So my question is, you're using an application. In application, you have a button. So what and all type of button? Maximum in every application, button would be like, if we are tapping, it will show some navigation part. Like uh, as soon as I click to the button, it will move to next page. We will not have any time period to check out the hover or anything. So see here, if I'm clicking it, it will move to the next page. If I'm clicking it, move to the next page. It will not give the time for me to check that whether the hover is taking place or whether the clicking effect is taking place. We just need to show the vibrate effect whenever I'm clicking login. Automatically, it will move to next page. That's it. So we don't need to concentrate or we don't need to press on hovering part of the button in the mobile application. Hope I'm clear now. Hope you're clear now. Yeah, done. So now coming back to the topic. So yes, today we have seen the prototyping. Since this is a new, you have to work because at times this prototyping will not work properly. It will have some kind of mess in the delay part. You will give the proper delay, but delay will not work properly. So that kind of issues you will be having. So please practice. So before that, you have got certain assignment in FigJam, right?